Free tree removal. One of the biggest myths going around is that a tree service will come and remove your tree for free just to get their hands on the firewood. If you see the price of firewood, it's about $100 a cubic meter. Sometimes you can get it for 70. There's just not enough money in it for it to be worth a tree company's while. They'd have to cut it down, haul it away, store it for a year and a half to 2 years, cut it up, split it, and then sell it on for a profit, go and deliver it. It's just not worth their while. So they take it as a bonus. They'll charge you to remove your tree, and that'll be a profit. And then in the winter, when they've got hardly any work on, they'll sell some firewood to get by. So that's the first one. Next up, lumber companies removing trees. This is possible if you happen to live on acres and acres, and you have, or maybe you live on an acre and you've got pine trees. You want to remove all of them. You've got approval from the county or the city to do so. In most cases, people who grow timber for profit, they'll pay a lumber company to come in, remove it, and then they'll sell the timber to another company that will cut it up and make furniture with it, or something like that. It is possible. If you live in suburbia, it's basically impossible. It's not really going to happen. Next up, free tree removal for seniors or pensioners. Again, not going to happen. These tree services are quite charitable. They will give you a 10 to 15% discount, but they are not a charity. They have families of their own. It costs a lot of money to remove a tree. You've got insurance, equipment, paying workers, all sorts of things. Plus, they've got to make a profit and live. So, yeah, it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Next up, government grants or states giving grants for free tree removal. Most of the time, this does happen in some states. Most of the time, it is for farmers. A lot of farmers need to remove trees or bushes, pests, that type thing. Maybe they've got to clear some land. There are grants available. Maybe for replacing, just say you grow oranges. Maybe for replacing your orange trees, there are some grants going around, but you're not going to get your, suburban tree removed. Unless you're a primary producer. Next up, the city will pay for tree removal and trimming on public land, not on your property. So if you've got a tree, a street tree on the causeway just out the front of your place that needs to go, you need to alert your city or county, and they'll send someone out to remove the tree. The same goes if a tree is encroaching on your yard, growing from the city property over your property, maybe over your house, over a service line running to your house, or just shading your house, or solar panels, anything like that. If you do call the city, they should send someone out to trim or remove that tree. Palm trees. This is one where you can get free removal. Not all palm trees are desirable. The only reason a company would remove it or even pay you for it is if they can then sell it on for a profit. Now, there are some trees like Phoenix palms, Canary Island date palms. If you've got good access and they can get, they've got kind of this big machine, they back up to it, sort of digs it out and sort of hauls it away on the back of a truck. If they can do that, they will go to the trouble of doing that because it is profitable for them. You will need to ring, first probably type into Google, we buy trees, we buy palm trees, sell my palm tree, and then your city or county next to it, or even your state. And that'll bring up a list of companies that will that might buy your tree. Generally, landscaping companies, builders, and nurseries. Next up, DIY. It's not free. It can almost be free, but you do need to factor in that you're going to have to hire a chainsaw if you don't have one, and you will have to pay for dumping fees. So tree removal services will mulch or chip up trees that can be given away for free. People use it on their gardens, but just a tree that's been cut down is pretty useless. If you did hire a chainsaw and it's sort of a larger tree that's not going to hit a house and you do fell it, you can cut it up into sort of firewood sized logs. Take a photo, put it on Craigslist or Gumtree or eBay, and people will pay for that timber and they'll even come and take it away. So you might mitigate the cost of it. But if the tree is over 15 feet high, so a single-story house, it is dangerous working from heights, and it is dangerous just working with a chainsaw. So be careful. If you're not competent, you're not confident, make sure you consult a tree care professional and get them in to do it. If you are to hire, make sure you buy or hire all the personal protective gear, goggles, earmuffs, helmet, face mask, chaps, everything. And the last one, insurance companies. An insurance company will pay for the removal of a tree if it has fallen over in a storm, some kind of natural disaster, or even if it's just fallen over. If it is dead, they probably won't pay for its removal if it's fallen over, just because for it to fall over after dying, it would have had to been standing there for quite a number of years, so it's kind of negligence on your behalf. But look, if a healthy tree's fallen over and it's caused some damage, they'll pay for the removal and obviously the damage. If it's a healthy tree in your yard, they're not going to come to the party. So that is it. If you did need some prices on the removal of trees, we can get you matched with the best price local tree services. Just go to our site, enter in your zip code, a bit of information, answer a few questions about your tree, and we can forward your details onto the closest top voted tree services in your area to give you a price. That is it from me. I'm Ben, and best of luck with your tree job.